Good morning students, myself Anup Kumar and it is my third video of this chapter 7 factorization. Okay students, in previous class we have already discussed about some questions based on factorization. Okay, now today topic is that today we will factorize when given expression is given in difference of two squares. Okay, what does it mean? Let's see. Okay, now if difference of two squares is given in any expression, then we use the formula. What formula we will use? Let's see. A square minus b square is equal to a plus b and a minus b. Okay, so here student you can see that it is one identity. A square minus b square is equal to a plus b and a minus b. It means if the two terms is given in any expression, okay, and first term and second term both are the square of any number, okay, then in this case we can apply this formula. Okay, now let's see that how we can apply the formula by using this method. At first, step 1, if first and second term is the square of any number, then we will directly use formula. Okay, it means we can say if it is given that a square and here 4 only, okay, then in this case you can that a square is square of a square is the square of a, same as in square and square you have already studied that 4 is the square of which number? 2. So we can say that 4 is the square of 2. Now you can say that this is based on this formula. So we can write it like a plus 2 and a minus 2 directly. Okay, now another step, but if not, then we will take some common to make each term a perfect square and then we will use formula. If these two terms are not the perfect square of any number, then in this case we will find some common between these two numbers, and then after taking common we will use this formula. Okay student, so let's see. Now let's solve some question here. Now this time we have to factorize 64 minus x square. Okay, it means here you can see that 64 is the first term and x square is the second term. So at first we will write the question 64 minus x square. Now can you tell me that 64 is the square of any number? Yes, we have already discussed that is 64 is the number, that is 64 is square of it. 64 is square of it and x square is also square of x. It means we can write it as 8 square minus x square. Now you can see 8 as a and x as b. So we can apply the formula a square minus b square, that is a plus b and a minus b. It means we can write it as 8 plus x and 8 minus x, like this. Okay student, now let's see one more question. Now here you can see that this time the first term is 16a square and the second term is 225b square. But here you can see in previous question only one constant term here and here only one alphabet. But here you can see number with alphabet. Then no problem. If 16a square, then individually we can see it means 16a square. But here you can see power 2 is on a only, not on 16. Okay, so it is not whole power. Okay, so 16 is the square of which number? 4. It means we can say 4 square and here a square. Like this we can also write. And if both exponent is common, then we can take common exponent it means 4a we can keep it in bracket and we can write power 2 over 4a as a whole power. Okay, same as 225b square is written. So 225b square. Okay, then in this case 25 is the square of 15 and b square is the square of b. So we can write 15b to the whole square like this. Okay, 4a square minus 15b square. Now here you can see that 4a as a and 15b as b. So it is whole a is a 4a and whole b is 15b. So we can say a square minus b square. So we can also again apply a plus b and a minus b formula. It means 4a plus 15b and 4a minus 15b. Like this we can write. Okay. So I hope that you all have understood here. Now let's see one more example. Now here you can see 63a square and 112b square. Okay, 63a square, first term is. Now here you can see a square, that is a square. A is the square of a, simple. But 63 is not the square of any number. Okay, it means we cannot take square of 63. Now same as 112b square. 112b square. Okay. Now b square is the square of b, but 112 not. Again, then in this case we will find the common factor between, because only constant term, only you can see constant term are not the square of any number. So in this case we will find the common between 63 and 112. You can also find the SCF. Common means also SCF, highest common factor. Then in this case you can see that 63 and 112, what is common? 7. You can find the SCF, it will be 7. Then 7 is the common in 63 and 112 both. Then 7, 9 is 63. 7 into 9, we can write 63 as 7 into 9. Same as 112 as 7 into 16. Okay, then you can see that in these two terms, 7 into 9 and 7 into 16, 7 is common in both the term. It means we can write 7 as a common. Then what is left? Here 9 as a constant term and then a square. Okay, same as 7 we have taken common, 16 we can write in and with b square. Okay, now you can see that 9a square. 9a square. So now a square is the common of a and 9 is the square of 3. So we can write as 3a to the whole square. Okay, and 16b square as 16b square as 4b to the whole square. Okay, and 7 we can keep it out. Okay, so it will be 3a square minus 4b to the whole square. Now you can see 3a is as a and 4b as b. So it will be 3a plus 4b and 3a minus 4b, and we can keep 7 out like this. Okay students, so I hope that you all have understood. Now let's see another example. Now we have to factorize x cube minus 64x. Now here you can see in first term there is no constant term. In second, constant term and variable both. So no constant term. So we at first term is x cube. Now x cube is the square of any number? No. And 64x? No. In 64x only 64 is the square of one number. What number? 8 square. Okay, but x is not. So in this case again we will find the common between these two terms, x cube and 64x. Then what is common? X is common. So we can keep x out. Then what is left? It is left x square in first term and 64 in second term. Now you can see that first term is x square, which is the square of x, and 64 as 8 square. Okay, so we can write it like this. Now we can apply the formula a square minus b square. It means x we will keep it out and we can write x plus 8 and x minus 8 like this. Okay students, I hope that you all have understood. So let's solve another question. Now this time we have to factorize 1 minus a minus b to the whole square. Now here you can see 1 is the first term and a minus b to the whole square is the second term. Now how can we solve it? Can we solve it by using a minus b square as the formula? No, there is no need. Okay, if it will be 1 minus a square only, then we can say that we can write 1 as 1 square, because 1 is also a square of 1. Then now it can be based on a square minus b square. But if we can write instead of a minus b to the whole square like this, okay, 1 minus ab to the whole square, then it will be a as 1 and b as whole a minus b. So a square minus b square. So we can say a as 1 and b as a minus b. Okay, then like this we can write. Now whole 1 is a and a minus b as b. So a square minus b square is what? A plus b and a minus b. But here you can see b is binomial. So we can keep it in bracket also. Then we will use middle bracket also. It means we can write a plus b a minus b. Now we will open the small bracket. Then we can write 1 plus, here you can see outside plus sign, then no sign will change, directly we will add a minus b. But here now you can see that outside minus, then if the outside minus, then this sign will change, minus will be plus. So 1 plus a minus b and 1 minus a plus b will be the factor of this expression. Okay students, so I hope that you all have understood. Now here you can see that x plus y to the whole square and x minus y to the whole square. We can solve it by a plus b to the whole square formula and a minus b to the whole square formula. Okay, and b, okay, individually we can also solve it. But if you here you can see in between there is a minus sign. If we will assume x plus y as a and x minus y as b, then in this case we can say that it is based on identity a square minus b square. It means a plus b, a minus b. So we can write this as a as x plus y, b as x minus v. It means a plus b and here a minus b. Okay, now it is based on the formula. So if we will open the small bracket, then what we can see? Here you can see, wait. Now, so here you can see x plus y, outside plus sign, in between. So no sign will change, directly we will add here x plus y. But here you can see there is a minus sign. It means the sign will change. That minus will be plus. Now here you can see x plus, here x plus, y has plus sign, but here y has minus sign. It means y and y will cancel. Same as x and x plus and minus sign. It means here x and x cancel. It means x plus x. It means x means what? 1x. And here 1x. So 1x will be what? 2x. It will be 2x. Okay. Now we will open the bracket. In between no sign. It means we can add multiply sign. Now here plus y. It means 2y. 2y. Okay. Like this we can write 2x into 2y. Then we can multiply 2 into 2 will be 4 and x into y xy. So like this we can write 2x into 2y is equal to 4xy. Okay. Now let's see this question. Now here a square minus b square minus 2b minus 1. This is the question. Now, so students, at first how to solve? If we will make common between these two terms, so it is based on a square minus b square. Nothing is common in these two terms, but we can apply the formula, and here 2b minus 1 not common. If we will solve it like this, the previous question, then there will be no common. It means we cannot find it like this. If nothing is common and we cannot take out any common also, then in this case how can we find it? Let's see. Then in this case, in this type of question, we will see the linear term. What is a linear term? Here a square, it is not the linear term, quadratic term. Here b square, it is not the linear term. 1 is the linear term and 2b is the linear term. So we will see 2b, which has the number and variable both, constant term and variable both. So it is 2b. So you can see 2b. Then b is the variable and 2 is the number. So see only the variable b. Now separate all the b value number. It means a we cannot take. Here it is the number, constant term, and here b. So we will see only that term which contain the variable b and which contain the constant term only. Okay. So it will be what? It will be b square, 2b and 1. This one. But we cannot a square. So we can separate b square minus 2b minus 1 in the bracket. Like this. Rearrange this expression we can write. It means a square we can keep out. Then minus sign is outside here. So minus we can keep here. Now after that if minus sign is outside and we will keep these all terms in bracket, then all the sign will change. So minus b square will be plus b square, minus 2b will be plus 2b, and minus 1 will be plus 1. Now it is b square plus 2b plus 1. Okay. Now can we apply any formula on this? Let's see. Now here you can see, if first term and the last term is the square of any term, first term and the last term is the square of any number, then in this case we can apply the formula a plus b to the whole square or a minus b to the whole square. But here you can see all plus value. It means we can apply a plus b to the whole square. Okay. It means b square can be b to the whole square. Okay. Leave the middle term right now. Now last term 1. We can write 1 as 1 square. Now so you can see it is a and it is b. So in between formula will be 2ab. 2 into a. Instead of a, b is here. Into b. b is 1. So 2 into b into 1. It will be 2b. It means matching. It means we can say that like this we can write. Now it will be based on the formula a plus b to the whole square. Here a is b and b is 1. So we can write a square directly. Then we can write this equation as b plus 1 to the whole square. Now here you can see a as whole a and b plus 1 as whole b. And in between you can see minus sign. So it is formed on the formula a square minus b square. It means we can write a plus b and a minus b. So it will be a plus b, a minus b. Now we will open the bracket. Then here plus sign, then no sign will change. But here minus sign, then sign will change. So this one will be our answer. So I hope that you all have understood, students. Okay. So let's see another question. Now question number 8. Now this time we have to factorize this expression. Again this question is based on if you will common these two terms and these two terms. Again nothing is common in these two terms. Okay. Then in this case again we will see the linear term. The linear term is only 28yz. 28y and z. 28y and z. So here it is the constant term and y and z are the variables. Y and z are the variables. So we will see only constant term, variable y and variable z. So it will be only in 4y square, 28yz and 49z square. Okay. Then again we can take these three common as the previous question. It means we can write like this. And again you can see minus sign is outside. So we will change all the sign. It will be 4y square, plus will be minus, same as minus will be plus. Okay. Now again you can see it if first term and the last term is based on any formula. 4y square is based on 2 by 2 the whole square. Okay. And last term is 49z square. It is the square of 7z to the whole square. 7z to the whole square. In between, the formula will be 2ab. 2 into a is 2 by, and b is 7z. b is 7z. Now multiply it. 2 2 is 4, 7 is 28, and yz. Here you can see 28 yz. It means it is matching. It means we can apply this formula. Okay. We can apply this formula. So, but here you can see minus sign. It means it is based on the formula a minus b to the whole square. So we can write 2y minus 7g to the whole square, and we can write 25x square as also 5x to the whole square. Now here you can a as 5x and b as 2y minus 7z, and it between minus. So it is again formed in the formula a square minus b square. It means a plus b and a minus b. So again we can write 5x plus 2y minus 7z. Here you can see b is a binomial. So we will use middle bracket also. Like this we can apply. Now we will open the bracket. Here outside plus sign, then no sign will change. Here outside minus sign, then here sign will change. This minus will be plus. Okay, this minus will be plus. Now 5x, 2y, 7z, all three are terms are not like terms. So we cannot solve it. This also we cannot solve it. So this one will be our answer. I hope that you all have understood, students. Okay.